Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about basically the things I've learned for the past 2 years when it comes to selling, when it comes to sales in general. I've gotten better at speaking to people in a social setting, in different social events. I've gotten better at introducing myself to people, high status people, even if it's to become friends or new friends. I've gotten better at doing that over the years, and I wanted to pretty much tell you my experience and what I've learned so far and see if that could pretty much benefit you. For those who wanted to get into sales, I did door-to-door sales. That's what helped me. So if you wanted to get into sales, this is the things I've learned. This is probably the things you probably notice or learn as well through your journey, and I hope this helps you out as well. So the first thing was I learned basic human psychology. Let me do the slideshow. I learned basic human psychology. So being able to, you know, understand the fact that people like to talk about themselves and pretty much focus on that form of conversation where I can get them to engage more about themselves. So it's 80-20. So 80% they talk about themselves and 20% that I talk about myself, to pretty much give them an open-ended question where they can keep talking about themselves. And what I noticed is that the more I did that, the more I got the person to like me more. If I can get someone to open up in less than 5 minutes about themselves, I'm already friends with them. I'm already friends with them. I don't know what it is, but like people just genuinely like the sound of their own voice and just genuinely like talking about themselves to the point that they'll just keep going on and on about it, especially when you ask them the right questions. That's the key though. You need to ask them the right questions for them to get to that point. That's when they start to like you. So I've learned how to do that over the years, and it's every single time I keep doing that, it gets better and better and better. Practice makes improvement. Then being able to create conversations that allow people to open up about their situations. If I wanted to get into a sales meeting or sales call, I want to learn more about their situations or get more context behind their situations, I'll always ask a certain type of question to get them to open up. And being able to create that kind of conversation has made it so helpful to relate to people or pretty much empathize with the way they feel, which is the next one, the ability to feel empathy for one's situation. If you cannot empathize with people's situations, it's going to be very, very difficult to get them to trust you. That's the honest truth. If you cannot empathize with their situation, it's going to be very hard. And knowing how to properly communicate directly. So one thing I've been working on is pretty much working on my pauses and working on and removing filler words like ums and ahs and like. I've been working on that really well. I think I've gotten better. I think I'm almost close to mastery at this point. So once I get to that point, once you get to that point where you completely remove all filler words and you just communicate in a much direct and more articulate way where people can really understand you, you sound more professional. People trust you more and respect you more just because you can do that the way you speak. And being able to use your hands as well when you speak, being animated, helps you out a ton, because now people can see the overall idea. They can imagine what you're saying. Like you're telling a story, they can see it in their clear vision in your head. Just because you're communicating directly, if you keep saying them ums and ahs, it puts a little bit of a distortion in their minds or in their imagery, and that what messes them up. So you need to really work on that. Really, really work on that. The next one was I got better at reading people's body language. This was very important. Knowing how to respond to positive and negative body language in a short amount of time is a massive skill. In fact, an underrated skill, because most people suck at it. Most people will talk when they know the person is not interested in hearing them talk. I'll say it again. Most people will talk when they know the person you're talking to is not even interested in hearing what they have to say. And you need to be able to pick up on that immediately. You need to know if the person ain't worth talking to and learn how to anticipate that. How they want them to talk to you. You need to know that. And matching their tonality to show respect and keep them relaxed and comfortable, to get them to open up, like I said in the beginning. If you're a big guy, looks less, you need to look more, less intimidating. If you're a small guy, you need to look like you're the biggest guy in the room, massive confidence. When I was in door-to-door sales, give you context, I'm 6 foot tall, 210 pounds. I'm a big guy. I'm a big black guy. Showing up at someone's front doorstep isn't pleasant. It's not a good look. But in order for me to get the sale, I was ready to do whatever is necessary. So I had to look as less intimidating as possible, even if it was me slouching, me standing next to the side of the pillars and looking as less harmful as possible, trying to do whatever I can to give them a false alarm. It's like, oh, it's just a guy on my front door, not some big black guy on my front door who wants to take something. You know, just to do anything to remove any sort of alertness. They'll still be alert, don't get me wrong, but your goal is to get them as comfortable as quickly as possible when it comes to the sale. Get them comfortable so that they can trust you. Get their guard down. All right, this is the next one. Got better at being charismatic. This is important. This is very important. The guys that were terrible, and I mean terrible at social skills or terrible at communicating, they had no charisma. No charisma. And one of the things I got to do to get better at being charismatic was to know their name. As soon as they mention it, I'll beginning with all the sentences. Okay, John, thank you so much, John. John, how can we improve on this? John, can you help me out with this? John, how are you feeling today, John? So once I kept saying their name at the beginning of the sentences and make them more comfortable. Oh, this guy knows my name already. And it's only been 2 minutes. These guys, this is cool. And knowing exactly when to tell a joke as well. You know, and being able to involve humor in the conversation, you know, a little bit of sense of humor, that gets them comfortable, lowers their guard out. I was like, oh, this guy's not just a sales guy. He's a human being. That's important. And being engaging throughout the conversation, actually being present. Guys, listen to me. You need to actually be present in the conversation. When I see some sales guys, they pretend they're listening. They act like they care about the person. You actually have to listen to what they're saying for them to trust you. You need to show them you genuinely care about them. If you don't do that, you are not going to get the sale. You're just not. So you need to really pay attention to every word they're saying. Watch their body language. Watch their tonality. How are they feeling? How are they looking? Try to figure out what they did before they even spoke to you. Do you understand? And once you know all these things, you know how to engage and how to be present throughout the conversation. And that will make you more trustworthy. I promise you. Next one. Start listening more, like I was saying before. It shows that you're paying attention to them. You know, it shows that you actually care about the person. You need to care more about the person than they care about themselves. I'm going to say it again. You need to care about the person more than they care about themselves. That's when they respect you a lot more. Because if you show that you truly understand them on a deeper level, it gives them a chance to open up to you. You know, when you let them talk 80% of the time, it gives them a chance to really tell you what they want, what their problem is. And that's the goal of the sale. You want to know what problem to solve. You're not there to just make a couple bucks. You want to solve a problem. You're the problem solver. That's why they called you. That's why they reach out to you. That's why they're even talking to you in the first place, because they think you can solve their problem. And you need to be able to figure out what that problem is. That's the whole goal. That's how you can close the sale. The next one is stop over talking. Know when to end the conversation. I've made this mistake several times throughout my sales journey. Was I kept talking for no reason. I'm like, why did I kept talking? Like, why? I just kept talking. There's no point in me talking. It was done. The sale was already done. So you have to know when to have small talk, when to really say a few things and get it done. You know, because you don't want to talk too much if the person is in a hurry. You want to really slow down, make sure you're the frame, keep the frame in control on your side, have the advantage, and watch out for people that are not interested in that conversation. So that you don't talk too much, because if you talk too much, they don't listen anymore. Now they're thinking about other things. And you wonder why you missed the sale, because you kept talking. And while you were talking, they weren't listening to you. They were thinking about their dogs, their kids, their wife, their bills. So you need to watch out for that. And that's a key thing. So these are the things I've learned throughout my sales journey. Hopefully this helps you out. I just wanted to give my insights on my experiences. Like I said, I'm going to be documenting my journey throughout this entire period or season of my life. I think everyone has a unique life, and I think they deserve to share it, and they deserve to open their mouth and talk freely about it. So if you truly enjoy this, make sure you subscribe and like the video, and tune in for more.